Hello, YouTube! Welcome to the opening act of Horizon Forbidden West with a therapist. I appreciate that you are here. I am always honored that so many of you are willing to dedicate time within your lives to watch my playthroughs. If this is your first ever playthrough of mine, welcome. I hope that this one is interesting enough for you that you want to check out my other ones. If you are a returning viewer, whether you watched my Zero Dawn playthrough or if you have watched other playthroughs, hello. I am honored to have you back. I'm super excited about playing this. I've been wanting to play it for a while. This was actually the reason I played Zero Dawn on stream, because I wanted to really have myself fully immersed in the world when I started this. This is completely blind. I have no idea what is happening in this game. I have never watched any promo materials or reviews or anything like that. The game has never been spoiled for me in all the years that it has been out. So I am going through this completely authentically. I ask that if you are watching this and you are a person that likes to leave YouTube comments, which I appreciate immensely if you are, that you please not post any spoilers or do any backseating in the comments. I take this very seriously. My ability to analyze these games and educate folks in the way that I do is predicated on not having the game spoiled. So even though it's on YouTube, I ask that you please not post any spoilers. If not for me, for other people who might like to read the comments as they're going through the playthrough. Okay, don't be that person. I do have a team that will remove your comment if you do that. I do read all of the comments though, so if you feel inclined throughout this playthrough to leave a comment, whether it's on something I said, to share your own thoughts about something that you might have a differing perspective on or whatever, I really encourage you to do that. I would love to read what you have to say. I don't respond to everything, but I do read everything. Also, the spoiler and backseating thing does include gameplay tips and UI tips and all that stuff. I realize there are times where I play games in a very frustrating way for people. You just got to deal with it, okay? Would love to have you come hang out with us on Twitch sometime. I know that I'm making this a very long intro, but I just want to really lay out I want to lay it out. And remember, more than anything else, the reason I do these playthroughs is to educate people. So if you're looking for somebody to beat the game on the hardest difficulty setting and to do 100% of the game and everything it has to offer, I'm not your guy. I pause the game a lot. I use it to illustrate mental health and psychological concepts. That's my shtick, and I hope that the reason you're here is because that's what you're interested in. Okay? So, without further ado, we're going to watch this intro video that does a recap on Zero Dawn if you need it, and then we're going to hit it up. Thank you for being here. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and here we go.
Through a lifetime spent in the pursuit of knowledge, one question consumed me. How did our world come to be? The old ones perished 1,000 years ago, triggering the extinction of all life. She showed me how it was reborn. A little outcast girl, ignorant of her own importance. Through her, I learned that life was only saved through a technological miracle. Zero Dawn. A terraforming system composed of 9 subordinate functions, each playing its part to reshape Earth from a barren rock to a lush landscape. Tended and protected by the machines. And with her, I learned the deepest secret of them all. The secret of her birth. That she is a clone of Elizabeth Subek, Zero Dawn's creator. Born to prevent a new extinction. driven by Hades, a malevolent AI, given sentience by a mysterious signal of unknown origin, and with a little help from me. She prevailed in a great battle at the city of Meridian, becoming a champion for all humankind. But as useful as she has been, now, I must leave her behind. For as she strives to put right what Hades sundered, I have made a new discovery. One that heralds both destruction and opportunity.
Yeah, can't wait to see where that goes. All right. Here we go.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering. Soon, they'll starve. All because of a terraforming system that's spiraling out of control. And only I can fix it. Only I have your genetic code. It won't be long before we hit the point of no return. And then... extinction. I've been searching for months for what I need. A backup of Gaia. The AI you designed to control the system. But every time I think I have a lead, it comes to nothing. And every night, I have the same dream. I'm walking under a brilliant night sky, through a field of flowers. And when I arrive at the center, I see you, Elizabeth. Waiting for me. Even though you've been dead for 1,000 years. You're the closest person I've ever had to a mother. And for a moment, I feel whole. But it never lasts. I'm always left alone. This world is your legacy, Elizabeth. I won't let it slip away. The valley below is my only remaining lead. My last hope to find the backup. I'll do whatever it takes to get it. I promise.
Oh, what up, buddy?
Varl?
If it isn't Aloy, the savior of Meridian, anointed of the Nora.
You know I hate being called that stuff.
Well, consider it a punishment for running out on us the very same night we beat Hades.
I grew up an outcast. Remember, I'm not much for parties.
Yeah. That one was in your honor. Just saying. So, what are we doing? Must be urgent since you left so fast. Delving into ancient ruins? Or maybe it has something to do with the Blight.
Both, actually. But, I should...
Oh no. I've been tracking you a long way. It's okay. After everything you've done to help the Nora and my family, I swore an oath to help you, no matter what. Just...
Which doesn't... Here we go. Here we go. It doesn't give him the right to violate Aloy's boundaries if she has them. Okay? This whole abstract concept of I swore an oath, and that oath is to protect and be with you no matter what, is not set in stone. It's not definitive. It's not objective. That is something that Varl came up with. And if Aloy wants to do this alone and doesn't want Varl or anybody else to be with her, I don't know that that's true. But if that is the case, Varl's constructed oath does not override her boundaries. Our weird little abstractions that we come up, our little constructs that we create as humans, do not give us the right to violate interpersonal boundaries if they've ever been set with us. And so if Aloy was like, I'm out of here and I don't want anybody to follow me because I'm going to go do this to myself, I'm going to go do this myself, and Varl followed her anyway because he swore an oath to himself, not good enough.
Stuck with me now. Like bark on wood.
Hate it.
Okay. But if you're going to come with me, you'll need to be able to see what I see.
All right, so she's cool with it. Fine.
A focus. Never thought I'd get your second sight.
I'll give you another one later and show you how to back up your data.
Data?
Information on the device. We've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
Cool. Varl, one of us. One of us.
You see like this all the time?
Since I was a little girl. Come on. Shall we? All right, I got a couple of scrapes on the way here. We should find some medicinal plants, stock up. So it's time for your first lesson with the focus.
We should do a
Sounds
tutorial.
good. Let's get started.
Let's do a tutorial, Varl. Okay.
These plants don't look like the ones in the Sacred Lands.
Is there any actual weight behind dream interpretation and meaning in therapy? No. Nobody knows anything about dreams. It's all very abstract. The most important part about dream interpretation is what meaning you take away from it. That's it. There's no like actual science to dreams that we really understand yet. People that claim that that's the case are not really correct. It's the meaning that you make out of it that's going to matter more than anything else. All right.
Focus helps you see the ones we need. There. Those plants by the stream should do the trick.
Holy hell, is this beautiful. I thought Zero Dawn looked good. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Bitter?
Yeah, well, at least they make you feel better. All right, we should keep going.
Might want to grab more of these plants along the way.
Yeah, good idea.
I mean, this is unreal. Like, I mean, I know I paused to look around a lot in Zero Dawn, but my god. Oh, she's so much less clunky to move around, too.
This stuff spreads fast.
6 months ago, the land was fine. Now it's everywhere.
That doesn't seem great, Varl. I'm loving his beard.
Those ruins. That's where we need to go.
I see a few ways down. What are we after exactly?
The backup? Well, it's an AI. It's hard to explain. Think of it like a set of instructions that can fix the world.
Sounds complicated.
It is, but if you're in for the long haul, Varl,
Noticed
we're gonna
you're,
have to explain it.
Traveling light these days.
Yeah, I, ran into some trouble on the way here. Lost a lot of my gear.
So there is gonna be a lot of very complicated stuff that Aloy is going to have to teach Varl if he's going to be informed about what he's getting into. Like, I could understand why Aloy would not want somebody to be with her on this. Now, she, as far as I can tell, has accepted Varl coming with her with open arms. So I'm not going to continue to make this assumption she doesn't want anybody with her. But I would understand if she didn't. Because we had to play an entire game and go through everything that Aloy went through in Zero Dawn to have even a small understanding of everything that's going on here. That's a lot of extra work to take with you if you're going to bring somebody along. Teaching is energy intensive because you have to figure out how to take these complex concepts and make them digestible to a person who does not have any pre-existing knowledge of that thing. If you want to learn more about learning theory, I encourage you to watch my video about it here on YouTube. But Aloy's primary job here is to make that information relatable to Varl. I appreciate the way that she's already attempting to do that. She's not doing the silence thing, where silence came in and just starts talking all this like blah, blah, and you're supposed to just keep up. I do appreciate that already Aloy is trying to find ways to connect this to Varl's experience. That's not an easy thing to do. It's really not. So I admire Aloy's willingness to even embark on that endeavor. Not the most graceful swan dive ever, but look at us swimming.
find anything good down there?
A few supplies.
Wow. My clothes are wet when I come out of the water. Good.
With light. It's everywhere.
This makes DrMick happy. I don't know how I like all this coughing that's going on. Oh, come
Salvaging
on.
machine carcasses as usual. And there they go.
Looks like they left a carcass behind.
I don't want Glynhawks to be the first enemy I fight. Dude, okay, so I say this every playthrough. I'm gonna just get it out of the way very early. It is always mind-blowing to me how many amazing assets are created in a video game, in the environment, that people just walk past and never see. Like there's this beautiful waterfall. It's like cascading down, and there's this big old wall, and it's just so detailed, and there's these trees and the terrain, and there's so many people that'll just walk across this bridge and just keep going and never look at it. And I just always want to take an opportunity to look at that stuff and just admire how amazingly well crafted the world is. It's so awesome. We better on volume, by the way.
A lot of arrows in that machine. Better take a closer look. Someone took down this machine recently.
Who else would come here?
I don't know. We better craft some arrows of our own. There might be trouble ahead.
Good thing we already picked up some ridgewood.
Hell yeah, Varl. Now you're getting it.
All right. Now to craft some arrows. Done.
Me too. Arrows ready.
Like riding a bike, chat. I hear explodey stuff going on.
There's a ladder. But
Boost me
can't
up,
reach
Varl.
it.
Nothing a well-placed arrow can't knock free. Just have to target them well.
After you.
Dude, the PS5 triggers with this is going to be super fun.
By the goddess. What was this place?
I don't know. The transmission... The, message I found didn't say. Only that a backup might be here.
Okay. I know this is going to seem like duh, but I really got to give Aloy some kudos here. She is actively thinking about how the information she is sharing via language may or may not be understood by Varl. And I think that is awesome. There is such a conscientiousness to Aloy's communication with him right now that I didn't really see a lot of in Zero Dawn. So she has really developed this, where she hears herself say the word transmission and then catches herself and says message. Now, there's one camp of people that might say, well, why don't you just let Varl ask when he doesn't understand something? And yeah, he could do that. But there is a level of attention and interpersonal closeness that you facilitate when you actively try to consider the way in which a person may or may not understand what you're bringing to the table. That is really sophisticated interpersonal stuff. It shows a willingness to care for and attend to his experience as they're going through this. And it also shows an immense amount of self-awareness to be able to identify what are the concepts Varl may understand versus what he might not understand. And that may actually invite Varl to ask questions when he doesn't understand something, because Aloy is essentially showing him, it's okay if you don't know what these things are, because I'm going out of my way to explain them to you along the way. And if Aloy was to look at Varl as stupid for not understanding this stuff, that would be ridiculous, because Varl has no conceptualization of this. So there's also a real nice awareness of just the general meta here, that he's starting from zero. Dawn. Okay, that's a stupid joke. All right, let's keep going.
We need to find a way in. So, what happened after I left Meridian?
Well, there was a fuss when people realized you were gone. But then some of us figured you only would have left if it were for something important.
You were right about that.
Hey, Varl, how comfortable is it talking about this while you stand on a 57-degree decline? Your Achilles doing all right, bud? Come on, let's come down here to flat ground and talk.
The blight's not just poisoning plants. It's killing animals, too.
Then people will get sick too. And starve.
We're not gonna let that happen.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. I love that there's immediately something to be intrigued about. What the hell is this car doing out here? I'm just gonna collect lots of wood now so I don't have to worry about it as much later. Oh, I guess there's more cars. I just wasn't paying attention. I wanted to park where nobody would. Yeah, that was a Corvette. It's the
Down
person
this
who
way.
parked, yeah, all the way at the end of the parking lot.
Get to the grass.
Never seen one of those before.
Me neither.
The salamander. Or a ferret.
Those dead machines have it on alert.
How do you want to handle it?
The focus can help us. We can scan the machine before we make our move.
Okay.
So to do that, Varl, you got to press the right stick in.
Give it a second. Okay. See how parts of it are glowing? Those are its weak spots.
Got it.
Wow, we got a little firmware or software upgrade here. Ooh.
It's a weak spot.
Right. Okay,
I'm ready.
concentrate.
All right. Good news, Varl.
Another one's coming.
This ain't gonna be tough. Where is it? Where are you, buddy? Oh, there you are.
How does the focus know all that?
It reads data on the machine.
Like a hunter studying its prey?
Yeah, kind of.
I see another ladder. Looks like it's stuck.
So after the fuss over me leaving, what did everyone else do?
Well, as soon as the celebration was over, my mother led the rest of the Nora home. The Sun King put his people to work rebuilding the city, and I set out to find you.
Well, that was cool, I guess.
Someone shot this machine too.
Got it.
Yeah, so somebody already came through here. I wonder if it was Silence. We're just following my man Silence. Come on, Varl. Up the ladder we go.
You said you've had a focus since you were a child, right?
Yeah. Found my first one when I fell into a ruin. Got the others from an old cache not long ago. It's good to have extras.
Sure is. We learned that the hard way, didn't we?
Going into a ruin of the old ones. Goddess protect us.
We'll be okay, Varl.
Remember, old habits and old doctrine dies hard. So even though Varl has seen Aloy survive all of these things, I guarantee you that he still has a very deep down internalized anxiety about going into ruins, because the Nora are taught from a very, very, very young age that you never do that. So it makes sense why he's nervous going in here. And I can understand Aloy's bit of like, we're gonna be fine, Varl. Because, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're her, you've had so many experiences where you're like, that was all bullshit. But Varl doesn't know that. Varl is a total noob here. And so treating him as such will make it a lot easier to just stay connected to him and reassure him. You also have to be careful. You have to be careful if you're Aloy not to be overconfident going into the unknown too, because she could also go too far in the other direction and be like, I've done this a million times, so this will be fine. You never know. There could be some whack ass shit in here. I mean, we literally just ran into a machine we've never seen before. So if you're Aloy here, you do need to be a bit more on alert of like, well, we just saw something I've never seen in my entire life. So maybe Varl being a bit worried about this is something I should borrow from as well. Like, he can borrow from some of my confidence and take my lead. I can borrow a little bit from his worry about what's going on, because we've already got some new stuff hanging out here.
Welcome to the Far Zenith launch facility.
Far Zenith? I know they made some tech trades with Zero Dawn, but why would they have a backup of Gaia?
Please register with reception for the tour.
I guess they want us to check in with them?
Okay. I don't want to waste too much time on this, but that should blow Varl's mind. Like, Varl should be like, whoa, what is that? What? There's a voice coming from whoa. Like, he should be like absolutely losing his mind over the fact that that's happening, because he's never had a focus before. So the fact that he can see this and hear this and stuff, like, we take this totally in stride because we're aware of what this is. We know. But if you're actually Varl here, Varl should be like, what? Ah! Like, he should be freaking out. It's a small thing.
Don't think there's a way through.
I'm just surprised he took that in stride like that. Hello?
Please hold for identiscan. Access denied. Please wait here for personnel to assist you. Dr. Sobek.
Okay. I guess they weren't on great terms with Elizabeth. Well, let's find a way in.
Please hold for identiscan. Access denied. Credentials not recognized.
I guess it doesn't like me either.
No comment about me being Dr. Sobek? Alright. He's playing it cool. Or he was just not paying attention. Oh, this is... I'm so excited that we're going immediately into some ruins. Yeah.
Should be able to pry this open. There's climbing gear. Guess someone dropped in from above. Whoever left this here might have also shot those machines we found earlier.
So where are they now?
Also, they were able to get in here. So they possess the technology to get into that door.
Ugh, what's that stench?
Entire camp. Wiped out. They must have come here to delve for scrap.
Acid. That explains the smell. And it looks like something big came in from above.
Crashed right through the camp. And then through the wall. I should take a look at the rubble in that gap.
They did come in from above. Interesting. Well, that must have been crazy. Look like Oseram. Then there's this like metal. Yeah, we got like, okay, so this is all like Oseram craft. So they... Okay. That was awesome. Got red writing on it.
Whatever came through here brought this down as it went out. If I can dislodge some of the debris, we might be able to squeeze through. Maybe I can find something to help in the camp.
Aloy, over here. I think I got something.
What do you got?
It's some kind of Oseram prototype, I think. This hook looks like it can latch onto things.
And this gear pulls it back.
It looks broken, but maybe we can repair it. Hook it to the debris.
And pull it out. That could work. The focus can help us search the camp and identify anything we can use to fix the tool.
We've come to rely
picked
on
up a couple
this.
of things to check out.
This, my friend, is why I
Poor
don't
guy.
function well.
Acid burned right through his armor.
When I don't have this.
Machine cable. Stronger than rope.
Okay.
Part of a machine. Could help fix the gears. Alright, I think I have what I need to repair the tool. Or maybe even make something better.
You could use this workbench.
I sure could, Varl. Good thinking, buddy. How convenient. Pullcaster, an improved version of a Delver's prototype tool that can latch onto and pull objects. Also enables grappling to specific points. Oh, baby. We're going full Legend of Zelda here, aren't we?
There. Pullcaster. Now to test it on the debris.
Pullcaster is a versatile tool that allows you to manipulate objects in the environment that have a graded pattern. How does one equip the Pullcaster? Pull objects, tap triangle while aiming to equip the Pullcaster. While aiming, hold right R2 to attach it to objects and then release. Okay. There we go. Hiya! Yeah! Oh. Come on! Yeah! Yeah!
That worked better than I thought.
Yeah! Let's go! Wait, don't skip leg day, Varl. You pull with your legs.
Well, it doesn't look like there's an easy way out of here. I should scan the area. We have to find a way to keep going.
Huh. What's this thing for?
A supply crate. I think I can use the pullcaster on it.
Well, that would be pretty sweet. Wait, I can pull chests down? Are you kidding me?
The pullcaster can't reach from here. I'll have to get closer.
Oh, oh boy.
Well, that didn't do anything.
Can I pull this down? Okay, whatever. Let's use this first.
What's this?
Whoa.
Good morning. I'm Oswald Dalgard, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to Far Zenith. Forget what you think you know about us. Our truth is simple. We say reach for the stars, even if you have to cross 8.6 light years of space to get there. Please proceed into the auditorium, where we'll unveil our plans.
Wonder what's in this auditorium.
Guess we'll find out.
Well, I look forward to seeing what they thought they needed to do.
Oh, I might be able to get up there.
Grapple point.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
Can be grappled to when within range. You can use the grapple points to quickly read. A grapple point will display this icon. Jump while in within range and it will change to that. Quickly tap X while in the air to use the grapple point. Whoa! All right.
Wow, that works.
That pullcaster's useful. Too bad there's only one.
Don't worry, I'll find you another way up.
You kidding me, Varl? This thing's sick. This is like when Master Chief got the hook shot. God. Although, when it... Woo! No! Fuck! Woo! Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna drive me nuts though. Come on. Not super generous with the range. Yeah, remember, chat, and people on YouTube, I know it can be hard, but I do not want any tips. I don't want any knowledge about stuff I haven't already figured out.
Whoa.
So let me figure it out. Be cool.
Okay, I gotta drop the ladder for Varl. There you go, Varl.
Thanks.
Alright, I do want to figure out how to get that chest. I don't know if that's... Come here! Yeah! Yeah! Ancient toothpick. Let's go. Got those crusties in my teeth, so it's good.
Humans, Homo sapiens, us. We have always pushed the boundary as explorers, pioneers, trailblazers. And now Far Zenith is taking the next leap into the future. That's why we're proud to have resurrected the Odyssey.
Oh, Jesus.
When our government's abandoned in orbit, Far Zenith will actualize in less than a decade. But that's only the beginning. When the ship is complete, we will send the Odyssey and her crew where no one's gone before. The Sirius system. There, we'll create humanity's first off-world colony. The Odyssey may take 300 years to reach it, but when we look up at the night sky, we'll know they're on their way. And in the words of our founder, the late Peter Chimvumbe, the truest form of immortality is...
Data corrupt. Playback stopped.
The old ones could fly through the sky? Between the stars?
Well, yes, sort of. That ship, the Odyssey, it never made it to the other star. Something went wrong, and it blew up. Is that why Elizabeth gave them a backup of Gaia? For their colony?
Error. Public presentation file corrupted. Member recruitment file available. Do you wish to reactivate?
Yeah, reactivate. Let's see what else they had to say.
We all know the projections. Economic instability, new biocontagions, rampant AIs. How long before another catastrophe creates unacceptable risk for the world's elite? We here at Far Zenith believe, escape the inevitable. And so we reach for the stars. Now you've seen what we're building here. Infrastructure to support the Odyssey's construction. A state-of-the-art data center to facilitate rapid technological advancements. And you've seen how we're managing public perception. So invest and join us. Claim your berth on the Odyssey.
Oh man, amazing what you can get people to do and believe in when you appeal to their ego. Especially if they're an elite. We can't have the elite among us uncomfortable. Can't have that. So, you know, come one, come all with lots of money. Give us your money. We'll put you on the Odyssey. We'll send you to the stars. Look, man, like the whole idea in humanity that you are elite because you possess more resources than other people is, I believe, one of the biggest mistakes that humans have ever made in trying to create hierarchy amongst our species. Like, we got into this, like, yeah, maybe like thousands of years ago, if you had the right amount of stone to build a strong house, or you possessed certain skills that made it so that you were viable to survival, awesome. But once we got to like fiat currency, making this, like, it's unbelievable. Like, we just assume that if people have a lot of money, they're smarter. It's called the halo effect, by the way, if people are attractive. We assume that attractive people are inherently smarter. But money has a similar effect. We just all assume that if you have money and you've got resources, the immediate assumption that so many people make is that that must mean that you possess some kind of skill set that made it so that you are deserving of all of your resources, and thus you are a more important human. And that is not true. But you can absolutely get people to buy in on that, because when you are perceived that way, you have power. Perception is a very important piece of power in the human psyche. And this guy's appealing to that. You know, we can't have the elite among us be uncomfortable. You know, those poor folks that are getting eviscerated by all the robots, well, you know, that's a consequence of their actions. They deserve that. You guys don't deserve this nonsense. So give us your money and we'll send you to another star system. You know, it seems absurd if you are not part of that, but you can, people will absolutely buy into their own sense of importance when you consistently treat them as if that is the case by virtue of the fact that they have resources. So this guy knows what he's doing.
Preserve your way of life beyond the concerns of Earth.
And no poor people.
Right about the world ending. I just didn't know how. Yet.
So everything they said back there about the next step for humanity, it was all a lie. These people only cared about saving their own skin.
Yeah, well, didn't work out for them in the end. That Oswald guy mentioned a data center.
Okay, so yes, they did attempt to save their own skin. However, that's not exactly something that is like, we can't really box that in for condemnation. Most humans will attempt to save their own skin at the end of the day. Like, it's really easy to be Varl and sit on moral high ground and say, well, gosh, they only wanted to save themselves. How could they do that? Of course they did. In a very general sense, every time you're flying in an airplane, they tell you you got to put your oxygen mask on before you put the one on the person next to you. And you're like, you having a desire to survive is totally okay. And if these people possess the resources in the world that they lived in to be able to engage in their own continuation of life, like, does it suck? Yeah. Like, do I hate the idea that, like, it was only rich people that were on the Odyssey? Yeah, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Also, that is what they would do. You have to drill, like, collective save other people before yourself into people. Like, the whole no man left behind thing has to be taught. It has to be drilled. Because at the end of the day, if you are in an adverse situation and you have an opportunity to survive that situation, you are very likely going to take it. So I can understand Varl's frustration here. I also think it's one of those things that we have to be careful when we start having these types of conversations, because, like, it's really easy to say you wouldn't save your own skin if you had the opportunity. But if Varl or Aloy or me or whatever were in a position where the Odyssey existed and we believed that that was a great way to survive, and you somehow got the opportunity to get on the Odyssey, you'd probably take it if there were robots outside your house that were going to turn you into biofuel. Many of us would do that. I don't think there's a lot of people that would be like, well, no, not me. You know, I'm only going to go on the Odyssey if you get like 50 poor people to go with us, because that would be fair. I don't know a lot of people that would do that. It's an unfortunate reality. And please remember, I'm only going to say this one more time. Do not give me any information that I don't already have.
There. The backup. It should be stored in there.
Won't be able to swim across.
I guess we'll have to find a way around. Come on.
I still can't believe the old ones could fly.
They were capable of a lot of things. For good and bad.
Sure seems like it. I wonder what it's like up there, among the stars.
Probably pretty badass, Varl. I'd also like to know.
Doesn't look like we can get across the river here.
We'll find a way. Let's keep going.
Damn, that's quite the river. Holy shit. Oh, it's like a space shuttle launch site. Well, I guess that makes sense, because if we're at the Odyssey, like, space station or whatever.
The wilds have really grown over this place.
Indeed they have, bud.
Show off.
Yeah. Really? Oh, I guess you could just jump. Okay, so chests are just not... They're not, like, all grappleable. I guess that's good to know. Ah! Dude, Aloy's as strong as Kratos. Unbelievable.
Deeper into the creepy ruin we go.
Faulty, please do not give me information that I don't already have. It will get you timed out if you do it again. It includes game mechanics. Oh shit.
What is that thing?
Might have been what killed those Osram. Keep your guard up.
Oh, my guard is up.
Oh god, that's either a tail or a snake. Or a giant dong. Oh boy. I'll bet if I throw that rock at it, it'll do it.
Up here. Careful. Don't want those things to call in some friends from underground. You take the left one. I'll deal with the one on the right.
Okay. Moving up.
I need to sneak up on it to take it out with my spear. Can't let it see me. I should scan it first. Check its patrol path. Okay, there's its patrol path. Gotta get closer and stay out of sight. I can throw a rock to distract it. Get it into a position where I can sneak up and strike. Just have to wait for the right moment.
What's up, little guy?
Time to throw. There. To take it down with a spear strike.
All that did was get it on alert. There you go, Varl. Attaboy.
Gotcha.
Mine's down too.
Attaboy, Varl.
More of those machines ahead.
Nothing you and I can't handle.
I'm shooting these, Varl. I'm not messing around with. Alright. So getting a little more open worldy here.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for this, Varl.
got them all. I've been meaning to mention, I noticed you have a new look these days.
Yeah, I know. Didn't have a lot of time to shave when I was trying to catch up to you. Don't worry, it's not permanent.
Good.
Sorry my whiskers offend you, anointed.
Aloy hates beards confirmed? Wow! Holy shit! I liked your jawline better when I could see it, Varl. I love the way that he throws the anointed at her, though. Like, that's a really good way to bite back at her on that.
The blight's made its way in here, too. Looks like this little guy got caught up in the blight. Couldn't escape.
I hope it didn't suffer long.
And he says as he stands in the blight. This is so goddamn pretty. I can't even stand it. Holy cow.
The Osram must have used explosives against the machines.
They managed to get a couple.
Looks like there was a barricade here. Machines must have broken through. I'll keep this for later.
Guess that Osram didn't have a chance to use it.
Guess not.
Careful. Traps ahead.
Huh. Might be able to disarm them.
Boy, those are the most conspicuous traps I think I've ever seen.
There. Managed to salvage some supplies.
I wonder what those
Not
are.
blow yourself up.
Dismantled it. And got more supplies.
I wonder what those are supposed to stop.
Looks like another camp.
While we're here, maybe we can make some traps of our own. Might come in handy against machines.
Good idea.
Oh, Varl, you didn't learn anything about me in the last playthrough. Varl, there's people watching this that just shook their head when you said that because they know I'm never going to use traps. They know I'm never going to do it.
I can use this.
Blast paste.
Okay. I should have what I need to craft a trap.
Yeah, I'm sure we do. Is there another handy dandy workbench that's here just ready to go? Craft blast traps. I don't really care. I don't really have any. I don't have any use for traps.
Machine's ahead.
Don't think they spotted us.
Just can't.
We're clear.
Let's keep going then.
been in a lot of old world ruins. Are they all like this?
Well, they all have their secrets, but every place is different.
Would it be fair to say that Aloy is anxious with Varl around? She seems concise when teaching Varl, but seems to come over reasonably awkward distant when trying to be more open with him personally. I don't know whether I would call it anxiety. I mean, I suppose it could be. You'd have to ask her. I mean, Aloy's never been the best interpersonally. And I actually think that's one of the things that makes her a very endearing character, both in Zero Dawn and here. It's a lot more realistic. Like, she's not this, like, amazing social goddess. You know, like, she screws up. She's awkward. She doesn't read the room very well sometimes. Like, it makes her a lot more interesting to play as and to watch interact. I mean, I do think that Aloy has a tendency, understandably so, to work well by herself. Aloy spent the better part of her childhood, teenage years, and early 20s doing everything alone. Her whole directive was, I want to find out who my mother is, and I'm going to train as much as I possibly can to do that. And we also have to remember that Aloy was not socialized by really anybody other than Rost. And the other socialization she got was all the crappy stuff that we had to watch. Like kids being mean to her, adults shunning her because she was an outcast. So to expect that Aloy would be socially adept is ridiculous, because really the only template she had for the most part, or at least probably 90% of it, was Rost. So she's kind of slave to whatever Rost's idiosyncrasies are. And so if Rost wasn't the best communicator in the world, that's all she really knows. So she's really like, she spent the bulk of Zero Dawn having to learn how to be social with people. She had to learn to be diplomatic very quickly. But that doesn't mean that she's going to be super adept at it yet. And we didn't really see any relationships with her that were very deep, because she never had it. She was an outcast. And the one person she had it with, who she could learn to transfer it off of, is Rost, who died. So she didn't really have the opportunity to make that transfer in a more smooth way. So her awkwardness around Varl, which I would say is not even that heavy on the spectrum of awkwardness, is understandable. As far as Aloy's attachment style, I think Aloy is probably secure, skewing toward dismissive in times of adversity. I think Rost was consistent and reliable for her. I think despite the fact that she didn't have like community socialization, she certainly had him available. He met her needs. He scaffolded a lot of skills. He met the criteria, as far as I could tell, in terms of facilitating a relationship with her that would facilitate some degree of secure attachment, which is essentially where she feels comfortable going out and exploring the world. That would be evidenced by the fact that she walked through the cave, or the ruins in the very beginning of Zero Dawn, with really no issue. She was curious. She was okay. And she was confident when Rost showed up. So I think Aloy believes that she's mostly fine because she trusts herself and she trusts what she's internalized. When shit hits the fan, I think Aloy probably sees other people as being a hindrance to her getting her needs met, which is why she ghosted everybody at Meridian. It's why Varl had to chase after her. So I don't know that I would say she falls in the category of having dismissive attachment so much as when adversity strikes, she relies on herself and might skew more dismissive rather than anxious because of the way that she was socialized growing up. Attachment's not about quantity. Attachment's about quality of relationships, and she did have a very quality relationship with Rost. All right. And remember, people will continue to...
Doesn't come this way.
Oh my god. People will continue to use the things that have worked for them, even in contexts where they're not necessarily a great idea, because that's what they know, and it's what they've relied upon. Aloy is very direct. But again, that's why I appreciate her conscientiousness of Varl's experience and the way that she has scaffolded his understanding of some of the things that they're dealing with the technology.
That's a big storm picking up out there.
Yeah. And they're getting stronger. And more frequent.
So the storms, the blighted lands, the rivers and lakes choked with algae. You were born to fix all that?
Yeah, but I can only do it if I find that backup. I think we're winding our way around to the data center. We'll need to cut through that big building on the right out there.
I would like to use this opportunity to just say thank you to everybody who's here, whether you're here live on Twitch or whether you're watching this on YouTube.
Aloy.
I appreciate very much that you are here watching this playthrough, and I hope you're enjoying as we dip our toes into the world. I'm looking forward to analyzing a bunch of stuff as it comes up. This little tutorial is pretty neat, though. So, thanks for hanging out.
Come check this out.
Don't forget to leave that like if you're watching this on YouTube. This looks like mission control.
What is this thing?
It's data. You can scan it with your focus.
Let's see. Huh. A lot of glyphs. I'll tuck this away to study later.
Oh, that's cool.
This data mentioned...
Okay, here we go. Best part of the game. Text log. Data corruption partial. High Council executive summary. Zero Dawn trade agreement. Negotiations with representatives from Zero Dawn have concluded, and I am exceptionally pleased that we've arrived at a mutually profitable agreement. It shows that sugar usually goes down better than salt, in contrast to the less tactful recommendations of certain of our more reactionary members. In short, Far Zenith will provide a copy of the prototype Homer archive, already sent, 500 ectogenic chambers to be retrieved from storage at our NEMA facility, supplementary ectogenesis research reports. In exchange, Far Zenith will receive a copy of the alpha build of the Apollo database in the week prior to the Odyssey's launch. By our estimates of Zero Dawn's timeline, by then it should be a near complete repository of human knowledge. Ugh. It should be noted that Dr. Sobek was very reluctant to agree to this, but I drew a line in the sand, making it clear that this was a non-negotiable term. As our faithful media representative, I will continue to run all public communications with Dr. Sobek's team while data corrupted. So Elizabeth didn't want Odyssey to have a copy of Apollo.
It's the tech that Far Zenith traded with Zero Dawn. It doesn't explain how they got it back up.
Does that
keep an
mean
eye out for
Apollo
more data.
is out there somewhere? An alpha build of Apollo? Maybe out in the world? That'd be absolutely crazy if it is, because I don't really know at this point what the new human collective would do with that info, but oh baby. I'm intrigued.
Looks like we've got to climb up.
Ooh, you can feel the storm a brewing.
really falling apart.
Well, it is 1,000 years old.
That's a lot of years.
Looks like some kind of meeting room. That door on the other side's locked.
There's another one of those glowing things by the table.
Anzu.
The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek. Empowered by 9 subordinate functions, Gaia, the core of the system, is capable of advanced planetary engineering, an obvious advantage to our space colonization efforts. Operation Phase 1. Establish an asset within Project Zero Dawn. Status complete. Phase 2. The asset will secretly beamcast a complete copy of Gaia and her subordinate functions to this facility's data center. If all goes well, Zero Dawn staff will remain completely unaware of the transmission. Risks. Discovery of this operation could result in Zero Dawn withholding the already negotiated Apollo database. Special care must be taken not to alert Travis Tate, the expert hacker in charge of Hades Protocol. In addition, extreme caution must be exercised in regards to Dr. Sobek herself. As one of the world's preeminent technologists, she may have instituted unforeseen security measures. A complete assessment is attached. This concludes the executive summary.
Ha!
I thought Elizabeth sent the backup here, but she didn't. Far Zenith stole Gaia.
Aloy, why does that woman look like you?
It's okay, Pearl. We look alike because we're the exact same. Genetically identical.
But she was one of the old ones. How can you be her?
Because I wasn't born. I was made. By a machine. It's why I'm motherless, why I was cast out as an infant.
I don't understand. What kind of machine can make a person?
Remember when I said the backup is like a set of instructions? It's more than that. It's called Gaia. And for a long time, she cared for the world until she had to destroy herself. So she made me to bring her back. I'm the only one who can. And this place is my last hope.
It's so much going on right now. Oh my God. Okay. So I gotta pause for a second. Because I gotta give Varl some mad kudos. Varl is killing it right now. If you want a Crash Course 101 on how to be a good internalizer of information that goes against everything you ever knew, Varl is doing a real good job. Varl does not have any contextual awareness for this. None. And the fact that he is approaching, it's okay that you can see there's some physiological arousal. That makes complete sense. I would never expect that somebody take this information in just a perfectly calm, cool, collected manner. That's not what you would reasonably expect from somebody to receive this kind of information. But the fact that Varl is listening, he's asking questions. He has chosen, and I use that word very specifically, he has chosen to engage this with curiosity. And I love that for a couple of reasons. One, that's the way that you should engage with new information, particularly information that might counter things that you've known. It doesn't mean that the new information is necessarily correct or better than the information you had prior, but it does not hurt to listen to. it also acknowledges the meta dynamic between the two of them, which is that he followed her. She didn't ask Varl to be here. So if Varl comes into this situation and he's like, you know, no, Aloy, that's bullshit. Basically, if he pulls an errand and goes, no, Aloy, that's bullshit. It couldn't be. That's not gonna work, dude, because you don't have to be here. You don't have to trust Aloy unconditionally, but you certainly can't come in guns blazing trying to double down on all the things that you already knew. So I really admire that Varl is taking this in, is allowing himself to be a bit stressed out by it, and is continuing to focus on being curious. That's how you want to handle this. And it's a choice to engage with curiosity. It's a painful thing when you leave your little homogenous zone and go out into a broader sphere that has way more complexity than you ever could have fathomed. That's a lot to take in. Varl is essentially having the same experience right now that a lot of people from very small towns have when they go to college. Where like you leave and you go to this university and all of a sudden you're exposed to this whole huge diverse range of ideas and you're like, whoa, like, wow, I didn't know everything. I was limited in where I came from. Like Varl's having that experience and you can either double down on that or you can open yourself up to being curious about the broader circumstances. And Varl is opening himself up to the broader circumstances. And that is really cool. He's doing a great job.
You once said the goddess spoke to you when you went into All-Mother Mountain. Was that this Gaia?
Yes, but she's not the goddess, Varl. There isn't one.
How can you be sure? It sounds like she anointed you with a sacred task.
I've had a lot of time to figure this out. And you will too, with the focus. But for now, the report said they were going to store the stolen copy of Gaia in the data center. So that's where we have to go. Okay?
My man! That's so good! He's trying to process it. And Aloy is not antagonizing him. She's not polarizing. The two of them are really working out some complex stuff here. Like, I really can't emphasize this enough. This is not a simple conversation that they're having. Not even remotely. Aloy didn't think she'd have to explain this to anyone. She thought she was going to be here by herself. Varl had no idea what he was getting into. So you have a person who has all this information and contextual understanding of what's going on, and then you have a person who has none of it. And Varl comes from this place of it's a goddess and a sacred task and all these things. He's using what he knows and understands to try to process this new information. And Aloy, I think, would really shoot herself in the foot interpersonally with Varl if she was like, nah, bro, you're wrong. She handled that about as gently as you could. Like, hey, man, that's not how it is. And I've had a lot of time to figure this out. And I love that she immediately goes, in time, we will get more information on this. So just lean into the discomfort here and then pulls him to, we have a task. It's a very important thing. We have a joint task that we need to accomplish and we need to prioritize that. If you trust me, which I assume you do because you followed me out here and you hold me in high regard, follow me into that. We're going to do this task and then I'll get you caught up on some stuff, especially since I appreciate the fact that you've been curious about this. It's awesome. Now, if Varl got shitty here and started getting all goofy and was like, no, it's a goddess and you're a heathen and you're blah, blah, blah. Like, if he started going there, if you're Aloy, you're like, dude, you need to turn around and get out of here then. Because I can't be dealing with this shit while I'm trying to get this all figured out. So you either decide that you trust me and that you're going to follow me here or turn around and go home. Because I'm not here to deal with your bullshit around this. But he isn't doing that, and that's awesome. Big kudos to both of them. Project Anzu. Ugh.
The Zero.
Oh, I love that you... Okay, cool. All right. Oh, look at all these delicious data points. Ooh. Intel update. What is this? Text mail from F. Yahoe. Data corruption partial from F. Yahoe to VZHC. Subject Intel update. June 1st, 2065. Esteemed members of the High Council, the latest intelligence report is attached. I'll expect I'll have another update at the end of the week. FY, attachment, Elizabeth Sobek. All sources indicate Dr. Sobek continues to work obsessively on Gaia's development, pushing herself to psychological and physical exhaustion. Despite managing a large team, our sources note that she spends most of her time in isolation, which is consistent with her previously documented habits, detailed fully in her main file. Conclusions. Dr. Sobek remains unaware of Project Anzu. Sources will continue monitoring for any change in behavior. Ted Farrow. Mr. Farrow continues to exhibit extreme guilt and psychological instability. His savior complex, detailed in his main file, renders him incapable of dealing with his culpability for the impending extinction of life on Earth. Well, I wouldn't put all the blame on that on his savior complex. That kind of offshoots some accountability in a way that doesn't need to exist, but I'll let that go. While his attention is largely preoccupied with the construction of Thebes, our source confirmed he recently coerced Hank Shaw into installing a secret backdoor into the Zero Dawn system, capable of superseding Alpha Authority. It is unclear what Mr. Farrow intends to accomplish with this, but while it may pose a risk down the line to Zero Dawn's success, it should not impact Anzu's goals. Conclusions. Irrelevant to Far Zenith's aims. No further action necessary. Wow. Hank Shaw. The latest check-in with Mr. Shaw confirms he's continuing work in his role as a project beta of the Hades subordinate function, and his connections to our organization have gone undetected. He has demanded premium accommodations for his berth on the Odyssey, which was agreed to. Conclusions. Mr. Shaw is on target to deliver a copy of Gaia. After transmission, he will be removed from the equation prior to the Odyssey's launch. Refer to the action plan, data corrupted. Holy shit, so Hank Shaw is the guy, it seems like. Oh my god, he will be eliminated. Oh man.
Huh. Look at that. Aloy, over here. I found something you could use.
Sweet, Varl. Give me a second to take all that shit in.
Those Ostra must have left us behind. Can't help them, but it can help us.
These Horizon games are the gold standard for how you get people connected to a world that doesn't even exist anymore.
I think this is better off in your hands.
Yeah, what do you got, buddy?
A weapon. Thanks, Varl. We should keep moving.
After you.
No, baby. Blast slings launch bombs that affect large areas. This weapon fires frost bombs. Use them against enemies to build up the brittle state. While in the brittle state, enemies are far more vulnerable to impact damage. Remember when I never used that in Horizon Zero Dawn? Are you looking forward to me never using that again now? We know from Zero Dawn that Ted Farrow put the backdoor into Zero Dawn because he intended to delete Apollo.
Down here.
Or it's part of it. So, you know. Because Ted Farrow's super fun.
I think we're almost back outside.
Good.
Well, is it though? Because there's like a giant snake out there.
Look, that must be the machine.
It's a snake.
Same direction we're going.
Ah, yay. Love that for us. Good news, not penis.
those machines. I could try out that new weapon on it.
Or not.
More of the Osram Delvers. And a lot of acid. That big machine must have attacked as they tried to escape.
They didn't stand a chance. So, you said this backup is the last hope.
Yeah. All those places I've been these last few months, there were supposed to be more backups. But 1,000 years ago, a guy named Ted Faro purged them all.
Was he part of Far Zenith too?
No. He was worse. Looks like we can cross over here.
Yeah, old Teddy's not, old Teddy's not our favorite person, Varl. He's not, My favorite thing ever, for those of you that didn't watch the Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, I just want to share this with all of you while we look at this beautiful waterfall. There was, as many of you know, there are times where I have to stop the stream really quick to go upstairs and tuck my wife into bed, because that's what I do every night, because it's in my wedding vows, and because I love my wife. Well, there was one time where I was not responding because my watch died, so I didn't know she was calling me. And, she turned the stream on to type in chat that she wanted me to come tuck her into bed, that she was going to bed. And she happened to catch a part where the Horizon was talking about Ted Faro. So I go upstairs and I go to tuck her into bed. And she asks me, "Who's Ted Faro?" And I was like, I don't have time right now to tell you everything you need to know about Ted Faro. Like, you could have asked about anybody else and I would be fine. But the fact that you just asked, who's Ted Faro? Like, he sucks. And you just need to go to bed knowing that he sucks. It was so freaking funny. And I was like, he may be the worst guy that ever happened to humanity. Good night. Oh man, I eventually gave her more information about him, but it was just so funny. She's like about to go to bed. Who's Ted Faro? She asked it so innocently. Oh man, he's not a good person. He's a person that I understand, and I offered a very thorough analysis, but he makes bad decisions for all of humanity. Come on, Varl. I should have just told her that Ted Faro's the guy who monetized the X. And then she would have been like, ew, gross, don't tell me anymore. That's what I should have done. She would have understood.
Wow. That big metal thing looks like the ship we saw back in the auditorium. Imagine going up to the stars in that.
That's cool that you could conceptualize that as a starship, Varl. Because I have to believe you've never heard of anything that can fly or go into space. So the fact that he immediately looked at that and can deduce that that would be a space shuttle, that's pretty impressive, buddy. A journal filled with hastily scrawled glyphs. Delver's Journal. Book. A journal filled with hastily scrawled glyphs. Day 1. We descended into the valley and breached the ruins. Boss always had a good sense for delve sites, and by the forge he was right. This place is untouched. Had to knock down a few machines while we were moving our gear. Pesky things keep popping out of the ground. But otherwise, we've got the whole place to ourselves. Set up camp near the main entrance. Farouk nearly jumped out of his skin when he dropped his hammer and it went a-clanging down the stairs. Kid's a delve, I reckon, even if he swears otherwise. He's lucky this one's above ground at least. Day 2. Pushed further into the ruins. Boss tested out his latest prototype, what he's calling a hook and pull. Name needs work if you ask me. I showed Farouk a simple trick to evaluate salvage. The less it's rusted, the higher a price it'll fetch in Meridian. All in all, a good day, until he insisted he saw the trees shaking across the river. Kid's jumpier than a frog on hot coals. Day 4. Felt a deep rumble in the dead of night. Land shake maybe, but it's got the whole crew on edge. Boss ordered half of us to set up a second camp further in. Figures we'll pick this place clean faster if we split up. No arguments there. Think I'll set up a training dummy for Farouk. Kid can barely hold his own against a burrower. Day 6. Only a few of us left. Kid didn't make it. Machine blasted him with acid at the river crossing. Can hear it slithering outside. A few more minutes rest, then we're gonna make a run for... He did see some informative videos, it's true. I'm still impressed that Varl was able to deduce that, though. This place is cool as hell.
More Osram. Machines tore right through them.
These guys couldn't catch a break.
Oh. Varl, why do you think that guy wrote out in his journal? Like, if he was gonna die, he wouldn't write he'd just say it.
Machines patrolling ahead.
We can tag them in the focus to keep track of them.
Or we can just go ham on them, because we're strong as hell. Oh, what up, bud?
Machine ripped right through the wall.
How to get out of here?
Dude, that snake is still creeping around here, Varl, so...
There's a ladder in the back.
They explain why you don't have your armor anymore? Yes. Aloy got... Her gear got, like, taken and destroyed on her journey. Like, she's still wearing it, it's just busted. Sunbeams are...
So tell me something. Sona was really okay with you not going back to the Sacred Lands?
As the Nora war chief, she understood why I was obligated to follow you. But as my mother, she wasn't pleased.
Is she ever pleased? I don't think I've seen her smile.
Me neither.
Again, not actually obligated, just telling himself he's obligated. I know I'm gonna be kind of annoying about that point, but like Varl decided that he was obligated. There's no actual universe-made construct that makes his need to be attached to the hip with Aloy true. It's all just a construct that he's decided is important for him to follow. Varl, get out of the way. Thank you.
3 of those things. And if they slaughtered all those Oseram, we'll never get through to the data center.
There's no way to slip past them. They're too tough to fight head on.
We could find a settlement. Convince some hunters to help us.
That would take weeks, and we don't have that kind of time. Maybe all we need is that shuttle to fall.
That thing? How?
I'll figure it out. Just wait here.
Aloy.
Trust me.
And there she goes.
Just need to get over to the shuttle to figure out how to make it fall into the basin.
Wow. Aloy's like, there's a big ass shuttle over there. Let's just knock it down. Woo, baby, that's some problem solving. All right, easy peasy. Let's get it done. Stay there, Varl.
If I can make it to that tower, I should be able to find a way across to the shuttle. Maybe I should stick to my spear for now. Save some ammo.
Oh boy, more's coming. And call its friends. What a shot. Did you choose to play this game because it provides good character dynamics? Yes. Also, the story's badass. But yeah, we played Zero Dawn and it was amazing, and I have no doubt this game will also be amazing. I'm very much enjoying it so far. Stuff's nasty.
There. That ladder can get me up to the tower. Okay, there's a wall up there. I think I can reach it if I launch myself off that grapple point.
Oh.
Got it!
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Better not be Varl following me.
The storm's getting bad.
Damn.
Made it. So all along, there were 3 giant machines killing Oseram and leaving acid everywhere. Great.
I'm gonna get all the way to the shuttle and then the snakes are gonna move. This will all be for naught. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Easy.
Just focus, look forward, look where you're going.
That was close. One rickety tower down. On to the next. I won't be able to make that jump. But there is a cable here. Maybe I can ride it to the other side.
Oh, you can. Woo! Oh boy. Ah!
Well, more to go
Ah!
without. This place is barely holding together.
I very much appreciate the way that Aloy takes adversity in stride. Like, she just she laughs it off and she focuses forward. And that is the only way that you could actually be what Aloy is in this world. Like, she goes, well, no way to go but up. She doesn't spend any time thinking about the bullshit that goes wrong. She immediately focuses forward to a solution. Same thing with the snakes. Varl's like, there's no way we're gonna get past them. And Aloy's like, all right, well, let's figure out how to solve the problem. Knock the space shuttle over. Like, she always is just like, what do we need to do to address the issue at hand? And that is such an admirable way of navigating the world. It's a person who sees a pile of Lego sitting on the ground and says, I'm going to figure out what that's supposed to be or make it my own, instead of freaking out because there's no instruction manual. And I really love that.
There are massive clamps holding the shuttle in place. Oh, but there's a control console nearby.
It gives you
If I can
so
release
much
the
more
clamps,
dexterity.
The shuttle should fall right into the basin.
Right? Like right here. She gets here, she immediately takes inventory. Such a dexterous way to move through the world. And that's a skill that you can practice.
Great. The machine's in my way.
It's amazing that these plants have just grown from like the wood and metal.
Control console might be in there. Okay. Time to crush those machines down below.
Come
The
on.
shuttle's caught up in those cables. I'm gonna have to climb the tower to find a way to disconnect them.
Ha!
Now, how to get up the tower?
Whoa! Hey, bud.
Okay. This place to myself now.
I love how those
My
snakes are
focus could help here.
too stupid to move.
Pull that beam down. It might drop the access lift.
Come on. Yeah. All right, now elevator, go.
Gotta climb closer to the shuttle to detach the cables.
All right.
Okay, the creaking doesn't sound good. I had to detach those cables quick.
This music is so good, man. This does not meet OSHA
This
standards,
should be the
no.
right spot.
No, no, no. If I had my OSHA hat on right now, this is a big old fail.
That connector's holding the cables together. It should break if I shoot it.
Holy
One
shit.
down. I just need to climb higher and attach the second set of cables. Scaling an ancient, rickety tower with killer machines waiting down below. Maybe Rob was right. No turning back now.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Almost there. There's the other connector.
I just want to appreciate the fact that I'm on like a space shuttle launch platform. How freaking awesome is that? Ugh. Woo-wee! Not good. God damn.
Don't go anywhere, are you? Guess we're finishing this the hard way.
All right, maybe don't get cocky, Aloy.
I need to take this thing down to get to the data center. I should scan for weak spots. Okay, where's that weak spot? Watch out for that
Holy
acid.
shit.
Ah! Try spinning at me now!
It wasn't even hard. All right, where's... Oh boy.
Damn it, it broke free! I gotta take this thing down fast. Trap maybe? Frost ammo? Or my focus might find something I can use around here.
Just shoot him, Aloy. We're fine. Oh.
It's dead. Finally.
Do you see that shit, Varl? You've earned your first skill point. Skill points are gained by leveling up and completing quested activities. Choose a skill tree and open it. Warrior, Hunter, Machine Master, Infiltrator. Ah, we'll go Hunter. That seems like the way. Ranged Master. Bolster your resolve to deal more damage with ranged weapons. Concentration boost. Yes. Gimme. Neat. This is a Valor Surge. Learn all 3 connected skills to automatically unlock it. Equip a Valor Surge to use it. Valor Surges are powerful special abilities that require a buildup of Valor to use. Earn valor through various actions in combat, like removing components, targeting weak spots, and defeating enemies. Each skill tree offers different valor surges that provide unique advantages. Cool. Slitherfang, an enormous fast combat machine that can lash out from long range. Once it assumes a coiled stance, it has access to its full arsenal, and its rotating body parts snap into place.
The data center should be straight ahead. I guess Varl's gonna have to find another way there.
Slitherfang Coil Blaster. Yeah. Okay. Just had to get a feel for what that was. Oh, baby.
Once I get the backup, I can reboot Gaia. Fix the system, heal the blight. Restore Elizabeth's dream. But is it still there?
That's a great question, Aloy. And we're gonna find out in part 2. My friends, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the inaugural episode of Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West. I appreciate so much that you are willing to watch this. I hope that you will continue to watch. This is going to be a lot of fun. Horizon Zero Dawn was amazing. I think this is going to be amazing too. And I hope that you will leave a like. I hope that you will subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment down below. Make sure that you tell people about these playthroughs. If you think other people would benefit from watching them or would enjoy them, I would love it if you shared them. It really goes a long way to boosting the channel and get more eyeballs on it. So I really can't thank you all enough for the support. I know I'm leaving you a bit on a cliffhanger here. I think. I don't know. But if you are waiting for the next episode to come out, we'll get it out as soon as we can. If you are binging, I'll see you in the next episode. But I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for the support. See you on the next one.